What's the word on the street?
Allow myself to introduce
Isn't
myself.
that right, Mr. Poopy Pants?
We have so many questions that we want to ask you about the universe. You guys ever been to Uranus?
This is Krazy Joe. I have a special guest with us today. If you've been listening for a while, you know we have been transitioning from podcasting to YouTube. Our MegaPodzilla YouTube channel is still growing. It's still a young channel. But we've had some very successful YouTubers join us in the past. Obviously, our good friend Cinema Sickness, to name one. But we have another with us today, someone who I subscribe, I watch most of his videos, and I'm very happy to welcome Jacob the Carpetbagger. Jacob, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, I'm happy to have you. I really like your channel. It's why don't you tell our listeners a little bit about what you do? Give them kind of a background in case they haven't seen it.
Well, my videos, I guess essentially they're travel videos. I am from the north. I do most of my traveling down in the southern United States. I focus mainly on roadside attractions, strange museums, just unusual things in general.
Where in the north were you originally from?
I grew up in northern Indiana, about an hour out of Chicago.
Okay. All right, we're in Philadelphia. Or that's where
I've never been.
Yeah. Well, if you ever want to come up here. In fact, I owe one of your viewers a thank you because you were doing a live broadcast maybe about a week ago. And one of the viewers on your live broadcast said you should go to the Three Stooges Museum in Pennsylvania. And I asked the guy, I said, wait a minute, Three Stooges Museum in Pennsylvania, where's that? Because I didn't know about it. It is like 5 minutes from my house.
Oh my God. Yeah, I hadn't heard of that either. And I try to keep things like that on my radar, so I was shocked that I didn't know about that either.
Well, if you ever decide to go, you are 5 minutes away from me, so give me a call.
Oh, stop by.
They're actually closed for the entire month of February, so I'm planning to go visit it in March.
Sounds amazing.
So, how did you get into I'm very interested in hearing how people started in YouTube because I got started from watching some of you guys. So, but you guys, I figure, what motivated you? What made you pick up a camera?
It was kind of a process. I originally, probably close to a decade ago, started taking still pictures and uploading them to the website Flickr, which is still around, but I don't know if anyone goes there anymore. And then I wanted to, then I tried to move more towards a blog style format, and I started up my own blog, thecarpetbagger.org. And, that was my photos with my writings and things like that about my travels. It never really took off. I don't think people like reading. So then I met my friend Adam the Woo, who I believe you're familiar with.
Yes.
And he kind of gave me a lot of inspiration on kind of how to take my ideas and format them into a video style format. And so I started doing videos alongside my blog, and eventually just abandoned my blog and went with solely focusing on the videos.
Very cool. Now, you brought up Adam. I got to ask you, I first found your videos through Adam because you've done a lot of and to my listeners, if you haven't viewed Adam the Woo's channel, I've mentioned him in the past. Go check him out. He's really good. And it was Adam the Woo that got me looking at other YouTubers. Because for me, for years, YouTube was where you went to watch music videos and trailers. I didn't watch any personalities putting up their content. And then I found him, and through him I found you. I found Justin Scard, and it kind of branched out. And I subscribe to a ridiculous amount of YouTube channels now. But one thing that I got to ask if this bothers you, because it kind of bugs me, and I don't know if it's bugging you, but it's bugging me. Whenever you do a live video, you get bombarded with questions about Adam. And I find myself thinking, wait a minute, you're on the
Absolutely.
carpet. What's that?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I always find myself, I'm thinking, you're on the Carpetbaggers channel, and all you want to do is ask about another guy? Why don't you ask him? Why don't you email him? Why don't you... I don't know, it's driving me crazy every time you do a live chat and that starts up.
Yeah, it definitely does, and because Adam's a good friend of mine, it doesn't, and he has given me definitely given me exposure. So for the most part, it doesn't bother me. But yeah, sometimes it would be nice to people watch me for me and not as Adam's sidekick.
Well, I think you're great. I really enjoy your. Here's the thing I like about your videos. You have a genuine enthusiasm about whatever you're shooting that comes across. And I mentioned this to you in my initial email to you. I've got a young daughter. She's not even 2, and I have a stepdaughter who is 9. So when I watch your videos that you do with your daughter, like, I really like watching those, because I would like to think that when my girls are older, they'll want to do stuff with me. and not be like, oh no, Dad's lame, he's shooting another one of his stupid videos. So I don't know, I'd like to get to that point, and I look at that and I'm like, that's awesome.
No, it's actually it's kind of amazing because she just started middle school. She enjoys the videos. She still enjoys doing them, and the kids at school that she goes to school with actually watch them. So, and she actually wore one of my T-shirts to school. So I feel pretty good because as the father of a middle schooler, and they're wearing a shirt with your face on it to school, I think you're doing something right. I hope.
Absolutely. So here's another question. You have a family, you have a wife, you have kids, you have a job. How do you get out to travel so much?
I have kind of a unique schedule at work. Most of the time, I work evenings, and I have a schedule where I work 7 days on, 7 days off. So on my 7 days off, sometimes I'll just literally do 7 days on the road. Just seeing as many things as I can, videotaping as many things as I can.
You cover a wide area too. It seems like you're all over the place. Like you'll post a video 2 consecutive. That's another thing. Are you posting your videos in order? Because it'll seem like one day you're one place and then the next day you're somewhere else, and it's like, how did he get from A to B? Did he drive that?
No, I actually do not post my videos in order, and I think that actually does confuse a lot of people. Because I know, other people you mentioned, like Adam and Justin, they always upload their videos in the order which they record them. But I don't know, in my brain, I go that day. I like to upload one video a day, and I'll just kind of be like, what seems good. I've been doing a lot of museums recently. Maybe I should post something else. Just whatever feels right that day, I upload. Do you have any? And as far as no, go. I'm sorry. As far as traveling goes, that's okay. As far as traveling goes, I will cover a large amount. I went on a road trip out to Texas a couple years back, and I would say the minimum I drove in one day was 10 hours. So a lot of time behind the steering wheel.
See, this is what makes your videos exciting. My videos are all within blocks of my house because I can't get away. But I don't know. I try to keep it interesting, but we're new. This is why I look to you, and I look to Adam, and I look to my friend Cinema Sickness. I'm like, you guys are the veterans. I got to see what you guys are doing. Do you have a favorite destination that you've been to?
As far as I would say roadside attractions, my favorite roadside attraction is the House on the Rock in Wisconsin. And that's, for those of you who don't know, that's it's hard to explain. It's almost like a collection of collections. It's originally started out with this just an unusual house built on top of this big stone monument, and then it expanded into like this museum, and then not a museum in the traditional sense, just crazy things, just like you'll walk into one room, there's like a giant whale with an animatronic octopus singing a song, just complete nonsense, but it's amazing.
Huh. I actually haven't seen that video. I gotta look for that one now. With your,
I do not have a video on that one. I do have a little blog post, but I do want to make it back there to do a full proper video on House on the Rock.
Now, I've been watching your videos for probably about a year now. How long have you been doing this?
Mm-hmm. I think I've been making videos 2.5 years, maybe.
Okay, so I'm not that far behind.
Since I've been doing videos, yeah, I think about. I think I got 600 videos on the channel now.
Do you have any tips for anyone who's starting out, like about how do you? Here's a problem I had when I first started out, and I probably still have this problem, but I think I've gotten better. When I first started out, I felt like I wasn't, what's the word? Dynamic enough. Like I was boring. Like I'm watching myself and thinking, I'm not what I want to watch me, you know? Which isn't a problem you have.
And I had, I actually had the same issue, and it was one of the reasons that I had put off starting a YouTube channel that stuck with the blog longer. Was I was just like what kind of presence do I have on a video? I wasn't sure about it, and I think, Adam, you can go with the drop of a hat. I can't compare myself to him.
Oh, I've seen him do it. I shot video with him.
Yeah, he can just turn it on in a second. But yeah, I think a lot of it is just being passionate about what you're talking about. I think when you care about what you're talking about, other people will care about it.
How do you handle the trolls? Which I'm happy to say I haven't had any problems with yet because we're still so new. But I know they're coming.
Yeah, it's the internet is a brutal place, and people get on there, and there's different types of trolls. There's the kind that is just obvious trolls that just get on there and swear, and they don't bother you. And here's kind of an interesting way to look at it. Is some of the worst trolls will be people that may have started out being fans of yours, that they don't like how you're doing something, they don't like how you changed, so they start to become super critical of you.
Huh. I could see that because I've seen just through some of my friends that if you change anything, someone complains. Like, why aren't you doing this anymore?
And as far just like and with there just seems to be no way to stop trolls, because your natural instinct when someone calls you out on something you're doing is to defend yourself. You get on there, someone says, well, you suck at filming, you can't hold the camera straight, and you try to explain, but that's exactly what they want, I guess, is just attention to get when a kid doesn't care about positive attention or negative attention, they'll just want your attention. That's the same as a troll.
Yeah. They say that the trolls are worse on YouTube than anywhere else. I don't know.
It seems like it.
Quite frankly, from what I've seen in my own experience, I think that there's nothing worse than the IMDb message boards, but they just went away. So, but I never thought YouTube was quite as bad as that. But people do say YouTube's the worst. So, I don't see a lot of negative when I look at the comments on your videos, or I maybe it's because I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
It was probably worse. I mean, when I first started, I was getting no comments at all. And then, when I started getting a little more popular and more comments started coming in, that's kind of when the big wave of trolls came. And now that that my subscriber base is getting higher, it kind of drowns out the trolls a lot with the, just the positive people coming in.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I see when I look, is the positive people. Yeah, how long did it take you to kind of establish yourself on YouTube? Like, when did you start to notice the subscriber base really kind of ballooning?
Well, and I think that is a key on YouTube is to be patient, because the first year I was posting videos, by the end of the year I had 500 subscribers. I think that was like from July to July. And then from the next year, from July to July, I went from having 500 to having 10,000. So it was,
wow.
It would have been really easy to give up in that first year when no one was paying attention. But, sticking through kind of paid off for me.
Interestingly enough, I had a huge influx of subscribers when a friend of mine, my friend Cinema Sickness, said on his YouTube channel that I was going to post a video of myself in the bubble bath. And then suddenly my subscriber base started blowing up, and I'm like, oh my God, do these people really want to see me in a bubble bath? So
There's no telling what people on the internet want to see.
Apparently not. I'll tell you, one of the videos you did recently that I really enjoyed, and in fact I want to go there myself, is the Lunchbox Museum.
Oh yeah, Columbus, Georgia.
See, I have a Lunchbox collection.
Oh yeah?
And I am going to be in Georgia in September for Dragon Con, so I don't know how far Columbus is from Atlanta, but I may have to...
Yeah, Columbus is on like the Alabama state line. I think it is southwest of Atlanta. But yeah, it's really interesting, the Lunchbox Museum. It's like, I went in, it's inside of an antique mall. You have to pay like the guy at the front of the mall like $5, and he goes back and turns the light on for you and just lets you wander around in it by yourself. Pretty amazing though.
Yeah, I was excited. I mean, I saw some lunchboxes that I own in that museum, so I was very happy. That's like heaven for me. So, how do you find the locations? Like, do you travel to go to a location, or do you have a destination in mind and then just kind of see what's there before you go?
It's kind of basically I'll have certain things that I absolutely want to, of course, and then just, look for stuff in between. You can always, some of the best stuff is always stuff that you find that you didn't know was there. There's just in between the spots that you were aiming to go to.
Well, I don't want to hold you up too long. We've had you for almost 20 minutes. Thank you for joining us. I really appreciate it. And,
I appreciate it.
Do you want to tell our listeners where they can find you? Obviously, YouTube.
Yeah, the channel is, I think it's youtube.com, carpetbagger.org. Of course, just look up the Carpetbagger on YouTube. That should pop up as well.
All right, thank you. And to our listeners, I highly recommend checking it out. Great YouTube videos. It'll, suck your day away from you. Just going down the rabbit hole, watching some of what he's posted.
Keep wearing those pajamas with the plastic feet. Keep wearing those pajamas. Tell everyone you meet. Keep wearing those pajamas with the back door flap. Keep wearing those pajamas. Don't open it, it's a trap. Oh no, it's a trap. Some people call them PJs, some people call them jammies. They can come embroidered with big money and no whammies. They can have 100 tiny commander Adamas, but no matter how they look, just keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep wearing those pajamas. And now we're having fun. Keep wearing those pajamas. And now the song is done.